A lot of people liked the first heavy video I made, so I've decided to make another. I late joined this upward game, and it looks like my team is on the run. Since I just joined, I am not quite sure what the game state is, but this medic is healing me, so I decide to peek aggressively to try to get a free kill, even though most of my team is dead. I change my mind and get the hell out of there when I see that many players. My team gets a big spawn wave, so I want to refight the second point. I hesitate a second because it's not really worth it for me to be the first to walk in and die because my team didn't commit, so I make sure my team is actually fighting the point and not wiping before I commit through the choke point. Once I walk in, I am able to get some easy cleanup kills. At this point, I really want to retake the hill because holding passively on upward second isn't conducive to holding for very long. As a heavy, my goal is to wedge myself into side tunnel because I'm very hard to clear out, and if blue team tries to push hill without clearing me out first, I can wreak havoc. I had to peek some major sightlines for a few seconds there, but the risk pays off because I make it to side tunnel. After seeing that useless blue heavy Uber, I realize the best play is to look forward and shoot anybody who's trying to push hill, and turn around and kill that combo when the Uber is over. My team seems to have stabilized their hold, so I rotate back to side tunnel, making sure to grab ammo on the way. At this point, I'm just playing typical defensive heavy. Find a good position and wait for blue to come to you, which is exactly what happens. This scenario is what I was talking about before when I mentioned blue not properly clearing me out of side tunnel. At this point, this quick fix medic is pocketing me pretty hard. Full disclosure, I am not in a party or anything, these medics just want to heal me and me alone for some reason. I asked to stop getting so many heals after this round of defense. If you haven't seen the first video I made talking about heavy, I briefly mentioned how heavy is not an ideal heal target. It is much better to be giving scouts, soldiers, and demos lots of heals, not the heavy. It's great to buff heavies, and there are certainly times where keeping the beam on them is actually ideal, but usually there is a better heal target on your team. Blue team keeps deciding to not kill me in side tunnel before committing over hill, which is great for me and not so great for them. I must have an invis watch or something equipped because I'm getting away with murder here. They should really just send a soldier or a demo to kill me. This is a bit of a risky sandwich, but I'm pretty sure blue team has not yet unlocked the ability to come here in their skill tree yet, so I end up being fine. I saw some people pushing the cart, and hill is pretty clear, so I rotate to help my team with tunnel. This is the third time blue team has found themselves in this situation. They can probably see side tunnel on their skill tree now. I promise you that none of these players are on my payroll, they are just really unaware. The ironic part is that Heavy is obviously really new to the game. He just took almost 500 damage and didn't even turn around to see what was shooting him, but the blue medic is still only healing him. Like, is Meet the Heavy so iconic that medic players have decided to only heal heavies at all costs? Here we are witnessing the super overpowered Uber the Heavy at blue spawn the second the round starts. There is no possible way for me to counter this Uber. By the way, I'm not being very cautious about Sniper because the last round blue snipers didn't hit me a single time. Typically the way I play casual is I assume that the other team's snipers and spies are terrible unless I die to one. Then I start to respect the sightlines and look for spy. By the way, the jump I just made to get on top of this structure is extremely useful. In this game, it doesn't end up mattering much because that Pyro's already killing all of red, but a blue heavy being here can really catch red team off guard if they don't know about that jump. I go the quick way and just walk over hill, but the second I see that sniper, I decide to drop down into tunnel and cross to side tunnel so I can walk into apartments. I try to convince this meta along the way to stop healing me because if I get pocketed, he is kind of ruining my gameplay. Dying to spy there is the classic, good spies will decloak on you only when you are busy. I should have known and turned around, but I wasn't being very aware because until now, red hasn't had a spy. From this point on, I'll just have to make sure that I'm watching my back a little bit more and expecting that spy to be somewhere. I am risking getting stabbed again, but most of red is dead and I want to make sure we capture this point. If I get stabbed right now, it honestly isn't a bad death as long as we cap the point since the spy had to go for me instead of the cart. This is honestly kind of cinematic where I duck underneath this Machina shot. It does prove that crouching is a heavy when a sniper peeks you actually can work, I guess, but I got lucky there, really. I catch a glimpse of that spy, and I really don't want to commit on the catwalk because I know he's going to backstab me because I'll be distracted, so I make sure he dies before I actually walk in. Luckily, me and Skibbity Diaper Maxane are able to take out that annoying Huntsman Sniper, and I take the opportunity to rush U-turn, which is important to take control of on this point. And by rush U-turn, I mean I'm going to rev walk in. The reason I go so slow is because if somebody turns that corner and I'm spun down, I'm basically guaranteed to lose that fight, especially if it's like a soldier or a demo. This time around, I'm confident to just walk into U-turn because I know my team has taken more space and it's a lot quicker to just walk than it is to be revved. Walking into under here like this without being revved up is a potential mistake, but I don't get punished for it and I end up making it to tiles quicker, so it's really not that big of a deal. Normally I would eat my sandwich here, but that Uber's there and I don't want them to hear me, and also most of red team is dead, so I opt to stay below 200 HP and just play to push the cart, basically. Yeah, that was complete bullshit. I was around the corner. That was still a mistake on my part, though, because I could have pulled out my Fist of Steel and survived that body shot. This concept has come up already before, but I'll repeat myself. My team is in and pushing the cart, so I should be peeking and taking eyes off of the cart and dealing damage to help my team. If the cart was super far back or my team wasn't committed, it wouldn't be worth peeking the sniper there. Alright, moving on to the next game, which is on Badwater. I was upgrading the teleporter at spawn, so I get to first a little bit late here. I would probably rather have been on the top right, but I decided to play over here, which is an okay spot as well. Straight out of the gate, we see Blue is running the Vaccinator, which is always very fun. I dug this video out of the vault, so I played this game around last month, and I don't remember if they keep using the Vaccinator or if they switch off, so I guess we'll find out together. I don't think that we had to use the Uber there, but unlike some of the other heavy Ubers that have happened in this video, it's actually a decent enough Uber, so it's really not that big of a deal. So this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, and it's kind of bizarre, but Blue doesn't have the cart forward like at all, and these Blue players are for some reason walking out of the mouth of the tunnel here. They'd be much better off trying to take the high ground because you don't win this point by just going through the tunnel. You have to get control of the high ground, otherwise you just lose fights like that. Just because a heavy isn't wearing any hats doesn't mean he can't hear. Yeah, so it turns out that you can't shoot through walls, and the spy was behind me. I should have turned around, so good job to Fat Poob for killing me. It's pretty obvious to me at this point that my team is not holding this point, so it's better for me to back up and play on the roof here and just give up first. You know, for a guy who just died to Spy like 30 seconds ago, I'm really not looking around enough. Fat Poob is going to decloak on me at any second, and yep, there it is. This is a classic Vaccinator doing what Vaccinator does best and being really freaking annoying. And I should probably be looking around for Spy again because, god damn it, I just died to Fat Poob again. Jokes aside here, it seems like most of my mistakes so far in this game have just not been being aware of Spy at the right time, especially in that situation where they had a Vaccinator, so there's not really any point shooting at that medic until that Vaccinator bubble ends. I was so close to eating that banana there, but I decided that I should back up to a safer position before I do. Blue team is pretty much all dead, so I take the opportunity to walk into tires for free and make sure that I'm holding down the flank for my team. I'm not sure if I die to Spy anymore, but it seems like I've caught onto the fact that all of my deaths are to Fat Poob, so I think I'm hopefully not going to die to him anymore, and I'm actually like Spy checking, so that's good. It appears that blue team hasn't unlocked tires yet in their skill tree, so I decided to rotate back because I got really bored. I mean, it's probably better to keep watching it because somebody will eventually go there, but I get bored sometimes. That medic pops the Uber here to save me, which is okay. I mean, it's probably better to let me die here, but this Uber actually could have been really, really good if we had somebody behind blue team to pinch and kill that medic. But unfortunately, I'm playing heavy and I'm really slow, so he's able to just run away and live. I kind of overextend here and end up dying, but is it really overextending if you kill like 4 or 5 people? Probably not. I think that was worth it. Oh guys, the quick fix is really good. I have no idea what that medic was doing going into there completely alone like that. That was bizarre. Oh, I noticed blue is pushing the cart, so I rotate to the windows so I can spam down on them. I think dropping down from map room is a mistake here. It's better if I stay up top because I'm safer and I'm still able to contest cart, and if my team does stabilize, which we do, I'd be able to keep controlling map room. Yeah, that death is totally my fault. I should have just not died to that random crit. That's just my fault, honestly. I think trying to feed this soldier this banana was a mistake because I look away from the door and almost die because they all just decide to flood through at that timing. Luckily, my soldier is helping me out with some spam rockets, and the medic just decides to blue Sauger at me, so it works out. We win that fight. I think this is a good demonstration of the banana and the fact that you can give it to teammates without having to worry about not being able to heal yourself, because the cooldown is so much faster. Even though the banana gives less health than the sandwich, I find that it doesn't really matter very often at all. This situation, the less health from the banana actually almost screws me over, but luckily that soldier's with me, and I don't die to that spy, so I get lucky there, but that could have been a situation where the sandwich would have been, in theory, better. Well, in practice, I end up dying because of that spy. So the point has been made, though. In this situation, I see that blue team Uber, so I'm playing very passive, kind of anticipating blue team to follow the Uber, but nobody really comes in, so in hindsight I was overly cautious there, but I think that would have been good position if blue would have actually committed to the point. But right now I'm positioning for the inevitable pub push that's about to happen. Honestly, if Fat Poop wouldn't have decided to go for the Ambassador headshot, he might have been able to stab me there, but I'm able to get the domination, which is cool. I'm not entirely sure what that red Pyro is trying to achieve, but he didn't achieve it. It looks like I've recruited a pocket medic. Again, I'm not queued with this person. They just wanted to heal me. The Uber's pretty shit, but I guess they forced to spam. So, you know, gotta make the best of it, and really dying here doesn't matter all that much because I'm on blue team. This is definitely overextending, but again, my death isn't that big of a deal as long as we're able to kill their teleporter. Our spawns are better, so trades like that are good. Unlike the last time, I don't think I'm overextending here. I'm going to go ahead and blame my team on this one because they all decided that they wanted to play on the low ground instead of coming to the high ground. In hindsight, I should probably be pumping the brakes here for a second because my whole team is either dead or like respawning, but I have the beam on me, Flaming Shitter and me are ready to go in, and we go in and take this Uber. So the reason that this heavy Uber is actually good, unlike the rest of the heavy Ubers in this video, is that there are people close that don't really have anywhere to run away, and I'm basically guaranteed to get kills as long as nothing wacky happens, like if I miss all my ammo or something. So that's the difference, because not all heavy Ubers are inherently bad, there just needs to be certain criteria that are met, which is basically you have people that you can catch without them just running away and the Uber being useless. Other classes like Demo, Scout, Soldier, and Pyro are all more well-equipped to chase people with the Uber, so even if there's a lot of room for the people who are not Uber to run away in, you can still chase them down. I won't ramble for too long about why Heavy is one of the worst teal targets in the game. I think you get the idea. I rewatched this fight a couple of times, and when I get Girardi'd, I'm at around 390 health, so I'm pretty sure if I didn't get Girardi'd, I would have traded with that Heavy and almost probably killed that Engineer too. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of a mistake on my part because I'm playing Heavy and I can't really be the one to initiate a fight like that for that reason. Like, once I'm through that doorway, I'm committed and I can't back up. But if I'm playing like Soldier, I don't actually need to commit myself to like peek. I can shoulder peek and spam rockets around the corner. And I'm mobile, I can run away in that situation and not get caught out and die, but I basically had to commit to that fight there. Because if I unrevved, I was guaranteed to die, but if I stayed rev, I might have gotten a kill. Yeah, so here I'm just letting this Demoman kill that sentry gun kind of for the same reason, and then once the sentry dies, I'm able to peek this and take control of high ground. Yeah, so I see this medic almost has Uber, so I'm just going to kind of wait it out and get this Uber and be safe before I commit to anything too hard. Obviously, at the time of recording this, I don't know what the title of the video is going to be, but I think I'm going to put like a no pocket medic in the video, and I do kind of have a pocket medic, but I mean, we're what, 28 minutes into the video right now, and until now I haven't had a medic like actually pocketing me, and this guy's now pocketing me, so when you play Heavy in a pub and you're doing well, you're like a magnet. The medics have to recreate Meet the Heavy and they're going to heal you, so be ready for that. Me dying right here is just me having terrible mechanics. I should have melted that Pyro, so I think I could have lived if I just shot him. Yeah, trying to feed this sniper is a bit of a troll here, because obviously there's somebody shooting him, and they're going to probably walk through the doorway, so I should have killed the soldier first, and then gave the sniper the banana. Yep, this engineer kill is totally deserved and not just luck. Looks like red team has gone the route of just stacking engineer, which is not the worst strategy for this map. I mean, it's an okay strategy, I guess, but I don't know what this medic uses this Uber for. This is, again, kind of the same case of not the greatest Uber, although luckily there's so many engineers that I'm able to kind of get some value and kill all their stuff. But a general rule of thumb is if you pop an Uber, if you're doing something with an Uber that you could have done without using Uber, then you kind of wasted that Uber. It looks like this medic is committed to the bit of actually pocketing me now. I think this is a different medic from before, but I'm still putting no pocket medic in the title. You can't stop me. At this range, this Demoman needs to be using his stickies because I can pretty reliably dodge his pipes even while I'm spun up. Yeah, this is some classic Badwater last, where not peeking sniper is basically impossible, so it's best to just throw caution in the wind and commit. And man, it's satisfying when it pays off. The sniper can't hit the broadside of a barn, and you get to sneak up on him and murder him. It's great. And yeah, at this point it's basically over. I can just play this head glitch and back up for health when I need to. As long as my team is locking down those other two spawn exits, it's looking good for us. That's pretty much all I have to say. This is the last game that I have, so thanks for watching the video. Thanks if you made it this far. Since you made it this far, I guess I'll say, I don't think I have much more to say about Heavy. I'm kind of repeating myself a little bit. I think I've said pretty much everything I have to say, so unless there's a lot of people who think that more of these videos would be helpful, I'm probably not going to make any more kind of heavy gameplay videos.